If I was in Sean O'Malley's shoes to get the victory, I'd have to stay in the center and just take my chances. Because as soon as Aljamain starts getting you to kind of back out or get you near the cage, he's going to be looking to lock. He's going to be looking to press you to get you against the cage to eventually look for your takedowns. You know what I'm saying? He did get takedowns on me, but all of them were close to the cage, or all of them was off of him scrambling. So those are the areas that he's good. But off the open, he doesn't have power.
And I think that is smart, keeping it in the center for Sugar Sean O'Malley to be able to use his range and his lateral movement. If he puts his back against the cage, he's going to be in deep trouble. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I'm pumped for that one, Mike. I'm going to watch that one.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. If not, it's gonna be a good night for Aljamain.
And an elbow from Sterling.
Boom, body lock. This is it right here.
Henry's takedown defense is so outstanding.
Cage, he has an underhook.
But this is good for Aljamain because this is where he'll score takedowns. You've seen him try him in the open, and he hasn't been successful.
He gets the body lock.
But against the octagon side, he has a chance. But every fair takedown by Aljamain Sterling starts to seep at the gas tank.
It's really Henry should be under over as well.
Nice knee up the middle by Aljo.
He got his hands locked.
This is isn't a scramble. Both guys really
Aljo got his hands locked when he's doing the trick.
Hooks the leg there.
That's a clean takedown.
He's got him down.
That's a clean take.
Sterling shoots.
I mean, and Sterling admitted shooting.
All right, Sterling admitted that. Sterling admitted that he doesn't like taking shots. He's better at doing a shot takedowns from the body lock. He admitted that. Now, Henry Cejudo has a front headlock position, right? So he has his hands locked right here. Knowing that Aljamain Sterling has a disc problem in the back of his neck, he had surgery or something like that, and he was putting pressure, why wouldn't you go for a Peruvian necktie? You know, off of the front headlock series, I can understand you're going for a Darce, he's fighting your hands. You know, you don't want to go to your back pulling the guillotine. You could get a guillotine standing, or you could put him on his back. But that would require a lot of explosive strength. And Henry stated that Aljo's not that powerful. I think he's trying to take something away because we can clearly see that Aljamain is strong. Everybody has said that Aljamain is strong and powerful. If he's talking about punching, maybe he didn't catch him with a clean shot. But I don't understand Henry why he's not going for a Peruvian necktie. I mean, there's guys just coming into the UFC that have shown greater fighter IQ skills than what Henry is displaying on this performance. Look what he does with this front headlock series. And for those of you who are in tune with jiu-jitsu and the fight game and stuff, the front headlock series, you can either do a guillotine choke, a head and arm, your hands are already locked. You can do a Darce choke, but if the person on bottom is fighting that, he's aware of it. He might be fighting your hands. But if you're just trying to put pure pressure, all he has to do is put his right leg on top of his head. And then that'll give you a Peruvian necktie. As such, in this video that I'm about to show. And this is a newcomer from the same country as Shavkat Rakhmonov. And those guys are killers. They're coming out of Asia in the northern region from Kazakhstan. And it's right next to Russia, so they're influenced by a lot of Russian wrestling. Alright, so the bull's name is Assu Almabayev. I mean, he's elite. He's the next champion at 125. And that's one of the belts that Henry was at. Look at his fight IQ. I'm going to rewind this back just a little bit so you can see how they got to this position. He's a side control right.
Yeah, it's going to be the elbow, I would have thought, John. From your back, you can slice up your opponent with relative ease. You don't need a lot of power. The elbows slice through the skin.
Turns into him, and he immediately snatches up the neck. And he has his arm under his arm right here. Same as the Henry Cejudo. So he's in the front headlock series like I was stating.
And Almabayev just landed a huge elbow that got Osborne's attention. Now trying to get away.
He steps his leg over his neck. And puts his other leg on his back. So we're going to watch this together.
Yeah, it's got to be the elbow, I would have thought, John. From your back, you can slice up your opponent with relative ease. You don't need a lot of power. The elbows slice through the skin.
And Almabayev just landed a huge elbow that got Osborne's attention. Now
He puts his right leg over his head, or his left leg rather. He puts his left leg over his head. And it's the same side that he has his neck. The arm his right arm, which is through his arm, his opponent's arm, that same side knee is going to go over his back. So again, the same side arm that's on the neck, the same side leg is going over the neck as well, which is his left side. His right arm is going through his arm, his opponent's arm. Therefore, his right leg is going to go over on the same side of his back for the Peruvian necktie.
now trying to get a leg choke.
He's got a Peruvian necktie in his arsenal. This is one of his chokes. He has one finish.
And you see how much pressure that is? Like, your leg is pushing this down. Although he doesn't finish this, I'm just questioning why Henry Cejudo, as high as his fight IQ is, why didn't he go for this? And I feel like fatigue had something to do with that. Fatigue, you don't think straight. So maybe if Henry sees this, then he would say, hey, maybe this is something that I need to add to my arsenal as well. Because Henry would do well with it since he is in that position often. The front headlock series consists of, again, Darce chokes, the guillotines, and the Peruvian necktie.
Peruvian necktie in Assu. So let's see if he can finish this one.
Yeah, I mean, that's
See how much force you're putting on the neck for somebody like Aljamain Sterling, who had an erupted disc or whatever. He had problems with his disc surgery, and you want to put a lot of pressure right here. Look how much forcing his neck down with your leg. You're cranking up. You could have finished him with that. If this was Henry Cejudo and Aljamain Sterling, Henry Cejudo could have possibly won with the Peruvian necktie.
kind of locked in there. 8 seconds. And that
See, although he doesn't get it, you see, if he would have put him in that position even once or twice, it would create a lot of damage to open up other things as well, possibly. Or he could have possibly finished it.
That's a bad cut as well. The blood is pouring
He does a
out
good
of that
job
right eye.
while trying to get out.
Let it go.
But Osborne survives.
And really, he's saved by the bell, because if the bell wasn't ringing, he could have finished it.